off him and out of play. Off Borja, that is, and it'll be a goal kick for Perdialaya. Some scores of interest from last night. San Diego, they are on a hot tear. They won their 8th in a row, or 9th rather, beating the Whitecaps 1-0. And for Vancouver, that's their 5th loss in their last 7 games. They're having a little problem at this point in the season. San Jose shutting out Seattle. L.A. on a hot string as well. They beat California 4-3. It was Portland over Dallas 5-2. Tulsa beat Chicago 2-1. And Jacksonville beat the Montreal Manic in a shootout. And those wins by Jacksonville and Portland certainly damaged the Edmonton Drillers' wild-card playoff hopes.
One important game today as well, Barney. The final score is in right now. Washington beat Atlanta 2-0, and that's a bad result for Edmonton also in regards to a playoff position.
So with that 8-point win for Washington, that now gives them 124 points, and it makes it difficult. They will take one of those wild cards now as of today, and it makes it more and more difficult for the Drillers to get into the playoffs. They're going to have to win 3, maybe all 4 of their remaining games. That's Romero playing a ball in, but it was offside. And it'll be a free kick coming up. There's Hennes Weisweiler, the Cosmos amiable coach from West Germany, and known as the coach of coaches over in Europe, defensive-minded, and which is rather unusual for a team that leads the league in goals scored. But he is certainly considered to be one of the great soccer minds of our time. There's Huskabee playing a ball in that goes right to Romero, and he gets a raspberry from the fans for that, and New York come back out with it. Mim Reisbergen crossing center now. Chico Borja on his left. He drops it back for the youngster. 21-year-old Borja in his rookie season with the Cosmos. Born in Paraguay, and he hopes to get his American citizenship next year. Or, pardon me, Ecuadorian player. He's been living in the United States for most of his life, but is not a citizen and hopes to, as we mentioned, do that within the next year. And Giorgio Canaglia is a North American, and when you can have talent like that, Brian, that's North American, it's certainly a big advantage.
Well, it's very, very important because next year they're going to 4 citizens playing in the starting 11, so it's going to be that much more important.
Free kick for the Drillers. There's Weisweiler giving a little advice to Reisbergen on the sideline. The Cosmo substitutes for today's game are Ricky Davis, DiBernardo, Bouillon, and the goaltender, number 21, Bursick. The ball played in for Rossingero, but he lets it go by, and it goes right to Hubert Birkenmeier, and the New York Cosmos come back out with it. No score here at Commonwealth Stadium between the Drillers and the Cosmos. Beautiful weather conditions, a lot of people sun tanning and enjoying this fine August weather that we're experiencing. Yarushi, being watched by Kirster there, passes off to Reisbergen. He loops the ball across on the other side of the field for Jeff Durgan. Durgan coming up the middle now. He'll try to get by Christensen. Nice give and go there. Canaglia just tried to pump off Bernie James to get to that ball, but it was a little too far away. Perdialaya came out anticipating Canaglia's move, and Canaglia tends to do that, Brian. He'll try and fake a player to one side, and then he'll just quickly come around and try and break free, and Bernie James is, I'm sure, very cognizant of that, and he's going to have to watch him very closely.
Well, I would think he's been well coached as regards how Canaglia plays, and the thing with Canaglia is he's so dangerous. I mean, he looks as though he's asleep on you. He's doing nothing the whole game, but just in a spare moment, you can put the ball in the back of the net and you can lose the game.
Christensen trying to play it in for Nogli. Nogli tries to get possession of it, but can't. Huskabee makes a sliding play there to try and win the ball. The Cosmo player goes down, and the fans were calling for handball. I don't think they're going to get... Well, they're saying it went off the Cosmo player out of play, so it'll be a throw-in for Kai Huskabee. But the fans were calling for a handball there on the Cosmo player, and I'm not too sure if it was, although the Drillers do get the ball on the throw-in. Lodovegas putting the ball right into the middle of the area, looking for one of his strikers, in this instance Kirshner, but Birkenmeier came off the line to grab away the ball. I'd like to award dinner for two at David's Crossbow to Miss Iris Sylvia Evans of Sherwood Park. Her name goes into the big drum for the Japanese giveaway contest, and we'll be drawing for that trip or two to stand by Japan Airlines on Tuesday night in Calgary, when we're there to bring you the live action between the Boomers and the Edmonton Drillers. And if you'd like to participate, you can enter by dropping your name in at CFRN. Player warming up on the sidelines for the New York Cosmos. That's number 16, Angelo DiBernardo, midfielder. And I'm not sure if we'll see him come into the game in this first half. He is warming up, but could have something to do with Reisbergen, perhaps, Brian. He was over talking to the coach a little earlier, and maybe he's hurting. We'll have to see what happens. The Cosmos crossing the 35. A good run here, and the ball played off Peter Nosley's foot. But a good run by the Cosmo player, and it'll be a throw-in for New York.
That was Eskandarian who had broken through from a defensive position. He just tried to use his speed to beat the defense and go to the byline and cut the ball back, but it was cleared away for a throw into Edmonton, to the New York team.
They're getting set for this throw-in, Brian, but I think we're going to see a substitution here now, and it is going to be DiBernardo for Wim Reisbergen. Obviously, Reisbergen must be having some sort of an injury problem, or it's hard to say. We'll have to see if we can find out. But Angelo DiBernardo now coming in for the New York Cosmos. He is listed as a midfield player, and Reisbergen, of course, a defender, and I guess we'll just have to watch how DiBernardo plays it, but I'm sure he'll be playing a defensive role on the back line. There's the ball played in by number 13, Naskins. This is Joe Raduca now for the Drillers. The Huskabee. Huskabee dropping it back to Tommy Christensen. He tapped a little left-footed pass over to Dwight Lodovegas. Lodovegas looping it in for Drew Ferguson. He's got John Webb spreading in. Webb on the outside of the line. There's Kirshner, tries to turn around and get the shot away, but waited a little bit too long, and Brian, I think we see an instance there where Kirshner just doesn't have the confidence with the right foot to want to take that shot, and he wanted to spin off the Cosmo and go to the left.
And what I think he tried to do, the ball had come across low from John Webb, and
there's Huskabee with a header that just went off the crossbar, gave Birkenmeier a little trouble. He lost his knee in the sun, and that head-on by Huskabee was very dangerous, and a potential goal there for the Edmonton Drillers. From Commonwealth Stadium, this is Edmonton Drillers Soccer. We're back at Commonwealth Stadium. Dwight Lodovegas just had an opportunity to score, and the ball went off a Cosmo player, so we're getting set for a corner kick by the Edmonton Drillers here. Joe Raduca teeing it up on the near corner. There's the right-footed loop into the box, and Birkenmeier comes out and just makes a great grab to win the ball away, and a great save by Birkenmeier there.
Real good save. He had his arms stretched at full length there and just kept hold of the ball very cleanly, came down, threw it away to one of his players.
These are the Cosmos coming back with it now. That's Francois van der Elst, the player from Belgium. I guess you'd call him a Flemish player. There's Yarushi playing a ball in for Ogicevic, but it's broken up by the Edmonton Drillers. The Cosmos suffering from a few injuries. Roberto Cabanas, he's out with a strained groin, and Sanino was listed as a doubtful starter, as was Wim Reisbergen. Reisbergen's been hurting with a sprained ankle, so I guess that's what's bothering tonight, and necessitated him being taken out of the game by Coach Weisweiler. There's a ball played in for Bogicevic, tries to get it off to, there's Borja now. Borja still with it, can't get a shot away. Tries to pass to DiBernardo, but the Drillers are able to break it up. A dangerous opportunity there for Borja. Just wasn't able to get a foot on the ball. DiBernardo and Lodovegas working on it. The ball comes out to Yarushi. Ungaro goes right over top of his back. Foul called on Ross Ungaro, a dangerous kick call. And the Cosmos come back. Naskins with the long ball that John Webb heads to Ferdialaya, but he slides and grabs it before it goes over the back line, so the Drillers come back out with it. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. No score. We've seen some good chances by both clubs. And actually, the Edmonton Drillers have had perhaps the better scoring chances of the game so far. To Ferguson, working against number 20, Van der Elst. This is Webb curling a ball into the area. Huskabee goes up for it, gets the head off. Great anticipation by Eddie Kirshner. The ball coming off the head of Huskabee, and it's 1-0.
Real nice goal. You can see Drew Ferguson here just laying the ball off to John Webb. It's a nice cross by Webb. He goes to the far post, sees Huskabee. Huskabee gets up very well here. You can see him, he races very well. In the middle, there's Kirshner all by himself, left-footed shot. Catching again another angle right now. You see, there's the ball just being fetched slowly to John Webb. Looks up, sees Huskabee at the far post. Floats it across nice. A good job by Huskabee. Gets up well, heads the ball towards Kirshner. He just catches it on the full volley, puts it in the roof of the net. 1-0 game.
The goal by Eddie Kirchner, his 14th of the season, gives him 36 points on the year and puts them back in the scoring lead for the Edmonton Drillers ahead of Jan Goossens, who is out of tonight's game. And the crowd come alive here at Commonwealth Stadium. The Drillers now have a 1-0 lead with about 6 minutes to go in the first half of play. Joe Raduca now, a right-footed cross into the area. Kirchner goes up for that, but it goes over his head and out of play, and it'll be a goal kick for Hubert Birkenmeyer.
Scored by number 9, Eddie Kirchner.
From Commonwealth Stadium, this is Edmonton Drillers soccer. Back in Driller territory, Kai Huskevy taps it out over the line for Eddie Kirchner. Durgan goes up to win that ball in the air. Kirchner got hit, I think, on his way in to play Durgan, and Kirchner down on the ground now. He's holding his chest or rib area, it would seem. Play continues as Kirchner rides on the ground. Cosmos with it. Bogicevic at his 35, taps it off to Durgan. Durgan looks like he's going to shoot, passes into the middle, but it's broken up there by Bernie James. He comes sprinting across center now, drops it back for Christensen. Christensen over center. Kirchner just struggling to his feet now at the center line. This is Peter Nogli now on the right side. Nogli does a little fancy footwork, passes right back to Vander Elst, though, and the Cosmos break up a possibility there by the Edmonton Drillers. This is Romero. Into the middle for Yarushi. Over on the far side for Vander Elst. Vander Elst crosses over to DiBernardo, or Naskins rather. Johan Naskins, a long looping ball looking for Canalia, gets a head on it, but it goes over the net, and it'll be a corner kick for the New York Cosmos. And I think the Driller defender on that occasion, Bernie James, got the head on it, Brian.
Well, actually, it was Canalia who put the ball away, and they're giving a goal kick to Edmonton.
Oh, I see. Okay, it looks like they were indicating a corner kick, but it will be a goal kick. But Bernie James so far doing a nice job defending against Canalia.
Well, what he's done in that case, what he's doing, although he can't necessarily reach the ball before Canalia, he's standing basically between him and the goal, so he's not giving him a clear look at goal. In that case, Canalia, all he could do was just deflect the header, see if he could find the net. He couldn't do that. It went behind for the goal kick to Edmonton.
Joe Raduca passing on to Tommy Christensen on the near sideline. He's being watched by Bogicevic. Christensen, a long looping ball for Ferguson. Gets a little bit of a head on it. Hit high by Yarushi right to Dwight Lodovegas. He nicely takes it on the one tap. Lodovegas at the 35. A short chip shot in, looking for John Webb, I think, who wasn't anticipating it. There's a nice sliding play to win the ball for the Drillers. Ongaro back to Lodovegas. Lodovegas, the left-footed shot. He scores! It's 2-0 Drillers. Dwight Lodovegas with a great left-footed shot from about 26 yards
right now. Randy, you can see when it broke down initially there, it was a good stop by Lodovegas defensively, first of all. There's Ongaro laying the ball off. He just catches the far post. It was a lovely shot. It was low. It was to the inside of the post. Here's Ongaro again. Lays the ball off. Lodovegas just lets go with the left foot. Catches the post just beautifully. Birkenmeyer did get his hand to the ball. Couldn't keep it out.
Dwight Lodovegas makes it 2-0 for the Edmonton Drillers. Lodovegas' second goal of the season. And with just over 2 minutes to go, the Edmonton Drillers have an impressive 2-0 lead over the best team in this league, and that certainly has to lift their spirit. Nogli now playing a ball up for Raduca. Back to Christensen. Back into the midfield now for Lodovegas again as he gets a round of applause from the fans for scoring that goal. And the assist on the goal going to Ross Ongaro in the 42nd minute. Make it 2-0. And an impressive start in this first half for the Edmonton Drillers, Brian.
Well, they've played well, Randy. They haven't dominated the play, but they've had more chances by far up front. They've hit the crossbar twice.
Here comes Lodovegas again. He's breaking to the right. He shoots, but it goes high and a little bit wide of the Cosmo goal. And it'll be a goal kick for Birkenmeyer. But the Drillers are getting into Cosmo territory. This is Driller Soccer on CFRN TV. We're back at Commonwealth Stadium, where the New York Cosmos are getting set for a corner kick after a great save by Perdi Alaya. Borja with the corner. Into the area, a couple of players go up for it. The Drillers win it and get it back out. DiBernardo has to take it across his own 35, being watched very closely by Nogley there. DiBernardo playing it in for Borja, but he's offside, and it'll be Drillers' ball. 2-0, the Drillers lead. The seconds in this first half waiting down. And the crowd very happy here as the Drillers, who it looked like may have been out of this season altogether, have shown a spark of life here this afternoon and have a 2-0 lead. And that's the halftime with the Drillers amazingly up ahead 2-0 over the New York Cosmos. Your comment, Brian?
Well, a good first off. It kind of took a while to get going, but we had 2 good goals scored by Edmonton. I would say they're deserving of their lead. There's no question about that. They had more chances offensively. They hit the crossbar twice, Randy, so they're good measures for their lead right now.
All right, so the score at the end of the first half is Edmonton 2, the Cosmos nothing. Time between the Cosmos and the Drillers, and Edmonton with a surprising 2-0 lead over New York on goals by Eddie Kirshner and Dwight Lodevegas. Our regular season coverage of Driller Soccer on CFRN will wrap up this coming Tuesday night at 7:30 when we'll be in Calgary to see the Drillers host the Calgary Boomers, and we hope you can join us for that game on Tuesday night at McMahon Stadium in Calgary. Well, Friday night, the Calgary Boomers took back second place in the NASL's Northwest Division. They've moved ahead of Seattle, and they did that with a 4-2 win over Atlanta. Calgary, looking for their 6th straight victory at home, started off scoring as Jurgen Royber beats the Chiefs goalie with a hard shot coming up here to give Calgary a 1-0 lead. Gerber then makes it 2-1 Calgary with this header, his 18th goal of the season. Then Willie Ryman gets 2 goals in 65 seconds. This left-footed effort for 15 yards out. And then the insurance goal from a sharp angle as Ryman scores again, and the Boomers clinch a playoff spot with a 4-2 victory. Coming up on Driller Soccer, Brian Rice will have a look at the first half highlights from Commonwealth Stadium, the Drillers, and the Cosmos. Our halftime show continues at Commonwealth Stadium to the music of New York, New York, and New York, New York are trailing the Edmonton Drillers by a score of 2-0 right now, Brian, and the Drillers played very well in that first half, I thought.
They did. They weren't dominated. They played well offensively. They had people coming forward from the back who were helping the forwards a lot. They were going for goal. They were shooting from long range as well, Randy, which we haven't seen that much of this year, and you can see they're looking for goals. They need 9 points, and they know that.
Well, some great anticipation shown by Eddie Kirshner on the Drillers' first goal, coming off a header from Kai Huskey. Let's have a look at it.
It was a good play all round. There's an overlap run by John Webb. He looks up, he sees Kai Haskell, the far post, floats the ball across. Well, Haskell gets up very well here. He beats his man cleanly. You can just see him rising. Beats the man very easily. There's Kirshner all by himself. Swivels around, catches it with his left foot and puts it away. A real nice goal all around.
Well, Dwight Lodevegas isn't known for his goal-scoring prowess. He has just 2 this entire season, but the one he scored a little later on was a big one. It gave the Drillers a 2-goal margin, and a fine shot it was.
A real nice shot. They came out of nothing, really, Randy. They were initially breaking away. You can see the play starting from back here right now. There's Wright with the ball. He lays it off. The man picks it up. Again, they come out here, they break away. And Lodevegas makes the key tackle, like right there. The ball comes back in. There you can see Ross Sangalo just nudging the defender off the ball. He passes it back to Lodevegas. And from probably about 25 yards out, it's a strong left-footed shot low. You can see where Birkenmeyer puts the ball, but couldn't stop the ball from going in.
Well, a couple of good goals by the Edmonton Drillers, but I don't think it would be fair to say this game is over yet. The New York Cosmos have an ability to come back, and they could score 5 in the second half.
Oh, they could very easily, but if Edmonton maintain the level of play that they've had, they could win this game. They can't basically stop coming forward. They can't, form a defensive shot because New York will kill them to do that.
Well, all the fans here and us as well are looking for a very exciting second half, and we'll be back with second half action when Edmonton Driller Soccer continues. Scoring in the first half, Kirshner scoring first for the Edmonton Drillers, his 14th of the year from Huskey and Webb, and then Lodevegas his 2nd of the season from Ungaro, and that's where it sits right now. 2-0, the Drillers leading the Cosmos. That's Nogley playing a ball into the midfield for Lodevegas. He goes by DiBernardo. That's Christensen with it now, or rather being dropped back for Christensen, but the Cosmos break it up. This is Bogicevic playing a ball in for Borja, or rather for Romero, and it's run down by Joe Raduca, and it goes out of play and it'll be a goal kick for Paradilaya.
Good covering by Raduca. Bogicevic was coming through the middle. Romero went on a wide run on the right-hand side. Raduca came with him and forced him away from the ball. The ball went behind for a goal kick to the Edmonton Drillers.
No substitutions at halftime for either side. There was one in the first half. Ricebergen coming out in place of DiBernardo for the Cosmos. The Drillers keeping their lineup, and it's been effective for them so far in this game as they lead 2-0. Dwight Lodovegas with the ball in midfield, crossing over his 35. He had Huskabee on the left side, puts the ball in. Huskabee is there to get it. He tries to lead the ball for himself, but Bogicevic gets a foot on it. It goes over the back line, and I think it'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Drillers. Huskabee quickly puts it into play, and Bogicevic goes up high to head it out of there, or Durgan rather. This is Huskabee again. Slips on the surface. This is DiBernardo, and he brings the ball out to Yarushi. Robert Yarushi with the ball for the Cosmos, playing it up for DiBernardo. DiBernardo looking for Kinalia, being just perfectly man-marked there by Bernie James. Kinalia slips his balls, and the crowd get a kick out of that. Bernie James is just on Kinalia, like sticking to him like glue, Brian.
He's played him well so far. He hasn't got much support up front. They tried to play the ball through the middle a lot out of Edmonton. They're using the midfield an awful lot, both teams, and really, as you say, Bernie has played him. He's kept close to him, hasn't given many chances to get 3 shots on goal.
Cosmos stealing the ball away from Tommy Christensen. Played to Bogicevic. DiBernardo, a right-footed ball looking for Kinalia, but Alaya comes off his line to make the grab and punts it upfield for Rossengaro. Durgan goes tumbling to the ground. This is Robert Yarushi again with the ball for the Cosmos. Tries to get by Kirshner. Tips the ball in, that gets to Bogicevic. Huskabee comes in to break that play up. And the Drillers have it again. Kirshner for Christensen. Christensen, right-footed cross for Webb. Stopped there by Vander Elst. And the Cosmos get it back to Johan Neeskens at midfield. He plays the ball in for Kinalia, but Bernie James anticipating perfectly. And there Kai Huskabee goes down rather heavily. Could be a foul called against Johan Neeskens. There it is. It'll be a free kick coming up for the Drillers.
Yeah, that's a good call by the referee. Neeskens just went through the man and got the ball, but it was a bad tackle.
And the attendance at today's game, 14,781, and that certainly has to rank as a disappointment for the Edmonton Drillers. I think they were hoping for a lot more here today, especially with the weather being what it is, but the Drillers' record being what it is, I think tells the story, and they can only hope that they can come out of this with a victory and win a couple of more and get themselves back into the playoff race. That's Vander Elst with the throw into Yarushi. He puts it back to his defender, Eskandarian. And the Cosmos are trying to get back into this one. They're out of it by 2 goals right now. Kirshner and Lodovegas with the Edmonton tally, both in the first half. They lead 2-0, and we've played just 5 minutes here in the second half. Joe Raduca, the ball in for Kirshner. He puts it back to Bernie James. James was trying to get it up the wing to Drew Ferguson, but it was broken up, and a throw-in coming up now. This is Peter Nogley. Plays the ball up for Ferguson, takes it off his chest. He's got 2 or 3 strikers there, 2, Kirshner and Ongaro right there. Christensen wins the ball away. This is Christensen, the shot. Oh, and it's high and wide, and he was looking for the same sort of shot, Brian, that we saw him score in Portland, and a brilliant shot that one was, but that one was a little high.
And that was the key thing, was having the shot go around. They're shooting at goal, and from good distances away, he hit the ball well, didn't get the ball on net, unfortunately.
Ferguson intercepts the pass at midfield. The Drillers, they come out again. Webb making an overlapping run along the right side. Webb still with it, cutting inside a little bit now. Tries to play a ball in the area. Up for Kirshner, gets a head on it. Ongaro knocked down in the penalty area, and there is no call. Rossengaro was bumped from behind and knocked down, and I think we could have seen a penalty there, Brian.
I think he may have slipped, Randy. It's very bumpy in that penalty area there. There was 2 of them going for the ball. He did go down, but I think he may have lost his footing as well as being hit by the player there.
No call. The Cosmos with it again into Kinalia. Kinalia being knocked down by Bernie James from behind. There'll be no call there either.
that was almost tit for tat because the same situation existed there. Canali was breaking through, goes down on the penalty, but no call by the referee.
Up for Ross and Garrow, being watched by Eskandari, and the ball in the middle. A foot race here, and Garrow bumps into Eskandari, and it'll be a foul against Ross and Garrow as he obstructed there, and you could see that one coming for quite a while. And it's free kick Cosmos. There's a look at Vladislav Bogicevic. A fine player from Red Star of Belgrade. He made 47 appearances for the Yugoslav national team, and he is perhaps one of the craftier players of this Cosmo team, and a big reason why they have the success they do. There's a ball that goes offside and over the back line. Goal kick coming up to Perdi Alaya. We've got another dinner for two to give away at this time, and it'll be going to Mr. and Mrs. Arnold Benke of Edmonton. They get dinner for two at Grandpa's, and their name goes in the drum for our Japanese giveaway, which we'll be making Tuesday night in Calgary. And we'll be drawing for tickets for two to Japan via Japan Airlines. Mr. and Mrs. Benke's name will go into the drum, and yours can go in too. If you'd like to drop your name by CFRN between now and Tuesday, you could be eligible to win our trip for two to Japan via Japan Airlines. That's Romero over on the far side for Naskins. Playing it up on that right wing there. Into the area, Perdi Alaya comes diving out and makes the save. Dangerous situation there with Bogicevic and Borja both standing to the side of the net. But Alaya makes the play, and the Drillers have it again.
It was a lovely play, actually. The ball is coming along the wing here. You can see when the winger gets the ball. He passes the ball into the middle. Now, Canali allows the ball to go through his legs and then just flicks it with his right foot as it's going past. Almost finds the corner. A good save by Alaya.
Chico Borja trying to catch up with this one, but it goes over the back line before he can, and it'll be a goal kick for Perdi Alaya. Borja showing some of that speed that he is known for, but it'll be goal kick for the Edmonton Drillers. From Commonwealth Stadium, the Drillers and the Cosmos. 2 minutes here in the second half at Commonwealth Stadium. The Drillers still leading the New York Cosmos by a score of 2-0. Chico Borja offside there for New York, and it'll be Drillers ball coming up. And, Brian, if the New York Cosmos are going to come back, they're going to have to start pressing a little more here. They haven't shown a lot of offensive thrust so far in the second half.
Well, they're trying to play down the wings of the second half. They came down the middle an awful lot in the first half. What they're doing right now is they're trying to come wide. They're pressing more than what they were in the first half, but they need 2 quick goals. There's only 35 minutes left in this game, so they've got to come at the Drillers real quickly.
There's the long punt upfield, and Drew Ferguson gets the head on. It goes to Eddie Kirshner. Back for Ferguson. Ferguson's alone if he can catch up with the ball. And it goes off the Cosmo player, Van der Elst, and over the back line, and it'll be a corner kick coming up for the Drillers. Drew Ferguson just unable to catch up with that ball before Van der Elst could, but it results in an opportunity for the Drillers here on the corner kick as Kai Huskeby strides over to the flag and will tee it up. And here's another look at it, Brian.
You can see right now that the ball is bouncing. Kirshner knows the man is on him, and he just flicks the ball with his left foot. Drew Ferguson running on the wide side. He should have gone for the goal there, but he tried to cut it back to the sideline. Didn't quite make it.
That's Julio Cesar Romero. Nice sliding tackle there by Christensen, but he's called on that play. There'll be a foul on that, and it'll be a free kick for the Cosmos just inside the Drillers' 35. Here come New York again. This is Yarushi up the middle. Dishes off.